All right, let's get to our second featured guest on the program today. As I said at the top of the show, he is Michael Maples, and he's principal with Trumark Homes. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thanks. Glad to be with you.
It's our pleasure to have you, my friend. Let's talk a little bit about your professional experience. Give us a little bit of your background.
Well, I went to majored in business, but also have another part of my life that really kind of oriented spiritually, so I decided to do a Master's of Divinity in the Midwest, a 4-year master's program, and worked in some churches, running some large youth ministries in the San Francisco Bay Area. And one thing led to another, and a friend and I started a company in 1988 called Trumark Companies, which still continues. It was what we used to start Trumark Homes with, doing primarily infill land development in all the hard-to-get approved areas of Northern and Southern California. So we'd go in and plan the neighborhoods, get the approval through City Council, usually on a discretionary approval, and sell it off to the nationwide builders. And in '96, we saw some changes in the marketplace and added a commercial company along with our residential land company, and that continues to operate in the San Francisco Bay Area. And then in 2008, after 15 years of kind of keeping it on the back burner, we started Trumark Homes to take advantage of this crazy marketplace we've had.
So let's talk about that. You had a strategy of buying land during the recession when others were probably wanting to get rid of whatever holdings they had if they thought they could. Tell me about how your firm, how you made that decision, and now looking back on here, 2013, what was the outcome of that decision at the time, and how does it benefit Trumark Homes today?
Yes, so in 2008, my business partner and I decided, this is time to start the home building company. 15 years earlier, we had sketched out a business plan on the back of a napkin for a home building company, but our premise was that you had to start one in a major downturn because you had great access to leadership, people that were losing jobs. You had loyalty from trade contractors you couldn't get during a boom time. You were going to be buying depressed assets, and then you would eventually ride the recovery of appreciation out of the cycle. So we almost started in 2000 when the dot-com blow-up happened in the Bay Area. We interviewed guys, and then all of a sudden the Fed lowered interest rates, and the market took off, and we delayed again. And then in 2008 we said, this is it. And so we hired some guys and started Trumark Homes. That was May of '08. It took till May of '09 to find the first deal that actually penciled. And then since then, we've been buying land. We've bought, probably over 2,500 lots, many of which we've sold off since then. But we maintain a pipeline of over 1,800 lots that would be a revenue stream eventually of about $1.1 billion if we built it all out. So buying during that crazy time was a great time to buy.
Speaking of crazy, did anyone in the industry or anyone look at you and say, do you really know what you're doing, Michael?
Well, they still do that. But at the time, pretty much everybody said, what are you doing starting a home building company? And you kind of explain, well, this is the best time because you're starting at the bottom, and there's going to be a new landscape of home building companies when we come out of this. And sometimes they would get it. Most of the time they kind of go, that seems like a pretty stupid idea to me. But we just felt like the whole landscape of home building industry was going to change because this real estate recession kept getting more and more severe. So it proved to just be a great opportunity for us.
I have to ask you, you built the business plan around the requirement for a recession. You got the greatest recession that we've ever had in our business life, and maybe since the Great Depression. Did the assumptions that you and your partner had about when you built the business plan, did you see them come true as you worked to build Trumark Homes?
The recession was definitely more severe than we thought, and you're correct. It is the worst since the Great Depression. And I keep telling all the younger people that work for us, this is the greatest opportunity you may ever see in your life. It's certainly the greatest one I've ever seen in my life because the correction has been so significant and so deep. But it also means that people's affordability is at the best it's been in over decades, and so this recovery can be amazing. So I would say that what was surprising to us was that we thought it would go down 10% and it went down 25 or more percent. We thought it would last, maybe 24 to 36 months, and it lasted, really from us in the industry, almost 5 years, really. So it was deeper and longer than we thought. It also, the construction lending market was more paralyzed than we thought it was going to be. So it was deeper than we thought, longer, but it also means that the recovery is going to be, I think, better than we thought it was going to be also.